The Norwegian Football Federation is considering filing a formal complaint to FIFA's Ethics Committee about the decision to suspend Balogun's automatic one-match ban during the World Cup. United States forward Balogun was expected to miss his side's last 16 tie against Belgium after being shown a straight red card during their 2-0 win over Bosnia-Herzegovina. But after an intervention from U.S. President Donald Trump, the one-match ban was suspended for 12 months. No reason was given, beyond citing a rule that allows punishments to be suspended. Balogun started the match, which Belgium won 4-1. In a statement provided to the BBC, NFF President Lies Klaveness said the federation had reacted with strong concern and a decision on whether or not to make a complaint would be made at its next board meeting. The federation has already filed a complaint about FIFA's first peace prize being awarded to President Trump. It is appropriate to include the Balogun case in the inquiry to FIFA's Ethics Committee that we made before the World Cup regarding FIFA's so-called Peace Prize award during the draw in Washington before Christmas last year, Klaveness said. The statement followed reports the International Olympic Committee, IOC, could also investigate FIFA President Gianni Infantino. Infantino has been an IOC member since 2020. Section 2 of the Olympic Charter states, members of the IOC will not accept from governments, organizations, or other parties any mandate or instructions liable to interfere with the freedom of their action and vote. In response to a BBC request, the IOC issued a statement saying, complaints to the IOC Ethics Commission are confidential. The IOC will therefore not make any public announcement about whether a complaint has been submitted or not by an external party. The IOC will only communicate sanctions should the Ethics Commission decide to impose some. Why was Balogun allowed to play? Despite being shown a straight red card against Bosnia-Herzegovina, Balogun remained available for the United States match against Belgium. His reinstatement followed a phone call between Trump and Infantino, with the U.S. president later saying FIFA had made a great decision. Infantino has maintained FIFA's judicial bodies operate independently. At a news conference in the Oval Office on July 6th, President Trump said, "I spoke to Gianni, so I saw the play, and I'm a person that loves sports, and I understand sports really well. And that wasn't a foul. Yes, I asked for a review by FIFA. I spoke to a man who is highly respected. I asked for a review because I didn't think it was a foul. I didn't tell him what to do. I can't tell him what to do." The Royal Belgian Football Federation said it was deeply concerned by the course of events and it would fight in defense of the fundamental principles of ethics, fair competition, and the interests of football as a whole. FIFA ruled Belgium's request for an explanation of Balogun's suspended red card inadmissible, meaning it had no grounds to appeal. UEFA, European football's governing body, said FIFA's actions had crossed a red line and described it as an unprecedented, incomprehensible, and unjustifiable decision. United States striker Balogun says he knew FIFA's decision to suspend his one-game ban at the World Cup was going to create a lot of controversy and could see the resulting nerves among his teammates. Balogun, 25, was dismissed for serious foul play against Bosnia-Herzegovina in the last 32 and should have received an automatic suspension. However, FIFA's disciplinary committee suspended his ban for a year, a decision that prompted widespread condemnation, particularly when it emerged U.S. President Donald Trump and White House officials had lobbied football's world governing body about the American sanction. Balogun, who scored 3 goals at the World Cup, was able to start the USA's last 16 defeat by Belgium, a decision European football's governing body, UEFA, called unprecedented, incomprehensible, and unjustifiable. My initial reaction was that I was happy to be back in the team, but when I started to reflect, I knew it was going to start a lot of controversy, and I could almost see within my teammates a bit of nerves because it is something that is so unique, Balogun told CBS. External. The closer we got to the game, I focused the best I could, but it was difficult. The outside noise is hard to avoid. My teammates are like my brothers. They gave me a lot of reassurance. There was nothing I could do or change. The decision to waive Balogun's suspension came 2 days before the United States were beaten 4-1 by Belgium. Balogun found out that he could feature in the game while on the team bus, which brought screaming and shouting among the squad. Given the unlikely nature of avoiding an instant suspension for a straight red card, Balogun said he had not been involved in early preparations for the game.